right, guys, how's everybody doing? We just got through with episode 7 of Daredevil, this Daredevil reform. We kind of been back and forth a little bit here and there. Not the best of scores, not the worst of scores. We've been kind of in the middle, pitter-patting around in the middle, waiting around, hoping that everything gets better and we can be like, hell yeah, you know what? Those episodes before that maybe wasn't top notch, 100% the best, but you know what, man? It was well worth it because we got some good stuff at the end. After tonight, we only have 2 episodes left because I think it's only a 9 episode season. We're on episode 7. Matt, break it down for me, big dog. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean this episode was okay, but I was just like, I don't think he's really dead. I don't know how I mean, he got shot and shit, and they had the mask later, but I think it's a misdirect. I don't know. They ended his run too quick.
Bruh. One of the coolest bad guys you could have had. You could have got down and dirty. It could have been super cool. And in this episode, the thing that pisses me off the most is the fact that they show you how cool it could have been if they would have had him from the start and they would have told this story with Muse from the start, how interesting, how messed up it could be and could have been
Yeah,
if they would have been doing that the whole time because of like a little bit of what we got a glimpse of that in this episode, which wasn't a very long episode to begin with. But like,
yep.
man, it's garbage, dude. It's garbage. You got this
Hmm.
super interesting cat you could have been building up. Like, and if this was the guy and you didn't want this to be the final conflict, let's say you're going to be building up to the Daredevil versus Fisk again conflict at the end of this season. You should have had this dude involved from episode 1 and not just involved, but like heavily involved, like where you get to see part Matthew, part Muse, like every episode leading up to this. And maybe if they executed it correct, I'd be cool with it. Right? I'd be like, all right, cool.
Hmm.
I see what's up. I see what's up. I'm down for some of that. But dude, man, you just gave me this little taste in this episode of how interesting this bad guy could have been, and then you just rip him away. Just rip him away, man.
Yep.
I that part of it, like, I don't think this episode was super bad or super terrible. Like I said, if it would have been set up in a different way, if it would have been set up better, then I'd have been happier with this episode. But because of what we got the first 6 episodes, and then we got this
Yeah.
episode, and then you just kind of teased me. It's like, oh yeah, look at this cool guy that we could have centered around. Look at this cool guy we could have told a cool, interesting story with, but we didn't. And then we just let him get like, you know, shot in the heart 3 times and dead.
By his
You ain't,
therapist.
yeah, by his therapist. He kind of a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like that almost pissed me off a little bit because uh, he, they made him too. Like I don't know if he was like this in the comics or not, but it was almost like he had mommy issues because he did it. He did something horrible to like his first therapist or one of his first therapists and everything, and they showed that in this episode. And that was the part I was like, oh man, this is pretty fucking interesting and cool. And then it turns out he ends up getting got by a therapist in the future, and it
Hmm.
ends up just happened to be the therapist that now Daredevil's dating,
Yep.
right? Man, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm sitting there watching the part of the episode where Muse is about to kill this therapist that is now Daredevil's girlfriend, and what was going through my head wasn't the fact that like Muse is gonna die. It was really the fact of I was like, you know what? If this girl dies, I don't even care. That's sad.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil's girlfriend's gonna die. I'm thinking, there's a good chance she can die right here in this episode. And I'm like, I don't even care. Like, she ain't that great. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel nothing for her yet. Like if Karen was in that situation, I'd have probably been like, oh shit, oh. But with this,
They
like I
even
said, these whole
showed.
new cast of characters, like the lady that's like one of the higher ups at his law firm, like
Yeah.
these people, I don't give a shit about, man. Be honest
Yeah,
with
they showed them say "I love you" to each other and shit, but it's like you guys don't seem like you like each other at all.
you. Nah,
Really?
man, it just doesn't feel like they got like a really great chemistry or even had the time to build up a great chemistry. They
Yeah.
just didn't tell me enough about her. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe they told us like in one of the few first episodes, but I forgot she was even a therapist. I didn't even know what her job was. Like I said, they might have told us in one of the earlier episodes, but it was so nonchalantly like I didn't really pay attention. Like I said,
Yeah.
uh, most of these new cast of characters that's with Daredevil like suck. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, they suck.
Yep.
Matt Murdock, the guy who plays him, I think Fisk. I think that Vanessa and Fisk story got better right as the story went on. So I'm going to give them some props because they had to work on that and get that to be a little better and stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
and there's like maybe one or two other little things. I thought Muse was going to be interesting. Turns out he's a little bitch gets killed. Um, like so, but nah, man, I really can't think of hardly anybody else as part of the show. Like maybe the guy under Fist, like that young kid that's like trying to like impress
Yeah,
Fist
the
and stuff like
Gandolfini
that.
kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Like maybe, like I think he's okay, right? Like, and I kind of like a little bit about his story and everything else. But it's like, man, beyond that, like none of the other
I,
bad guys are like really popping to me.
yeah, I'm glad that have you noticed that they dropped those BB reports too? They didn't do any of them in those last 3 episodes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
glad
didn't
they
care about them one way or the other. They didn't bother me as much. But yeah, I didn't even notice they were gone. But I agree
yeah.
with you on that one. And I don't know, man. It's just kind of it almost feels empty and hollow to a certain point. Like I said, when Daredevil became Daredevil because they waited till episode 6, I should have been fist pumping in the air talking about how crazy great this is. It's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Oh hell yeah, but Daredevil, and I was just like, okay. When it happened, it just didn't have the right build up for it. I just didn't
Yeah.
feel anything for it. It's just and like I said, maybe we did the wrong thing by going through and marathoning. We got through two seasons of the old Daredevil before we watched the show. Maybe I'm grading it a little unfairly just because of the fact that I'd freshly watched the Netflix Daredevil series, which was freaking awesome. Got high scores almost all around. And then coming to this, I just don't know. Like, maybe that's something that's happening, like maybe I'm unfairly judging it, but I don't think so, man. It's just like, it's
No.
okay. It's okay, but like it's just frustrating because I knew how good Daredevil was before,
Yeah.
so I can't say anything about it. It's just okay. Like it's just not. It's not like super creative or anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, the characters kind of feel empty. They don't have that same kind of like.
They're like caricatures of what they were.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Matt Murdock. I think the guy that plays Fisk is doing really well. Even Vanessa's doing good. And like I said, that one young kid that's kind of under Fisk, I think he's doing okay. But everybody else is like whatever.
I mean, the fact that they spent just barely more time on Muse than they did the guy that stole the fiddle faddle should say a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, we had to sit there and watch Fiddle Faddle Man. God damn. That's I mean, like I said, there's just some wasted time. Like, and the problem is this. It's okay if you're gonna do just 9 episodes. Hell, it's okay if you're only gonna do 35 to 40-minute episodes when you do those short amount of episodes. But you can't fool around, man.
Yeah.
You can't like have bullshit in there. It's gotta
Hmm.
be like the good stuff, right? Like you sped too much through Fisk becoming a mayor just to get him there really super fast, like right.
Yeah.
And we had to spend 15 minutes in that one episode with stupid Fiddle Faddle Man. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
think it's been more
Like
than that. Yeah.
now, I hope that dude got 25 years of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get out of here, man. Like, piece of trash. Like, why? Why was that even in the fucking like show? I don't get it. I don't understand it. That stuff's just frustrating. But like I said,
Well,
this would not have been a bad episode if there would have been more build up for it and stuff like that. I'm okay with like the therapist actually getting the shots in because like Daredevil, doesn't really want to kill nobody and somebody that's killed 60 people like this dude. But
yeah.
like I said, just an interesting character, man, and you freaking botch it. You botch it. This Muse character could have been badass. Matter of fact, he was so interesting. I went and looked up some of the stuff. Like I'm not a Muse expert now or anything, but I went and looked up some of the things to do with like Muse. This dude's supposed to be like a pretty badass fighter, but on top of that,
Yeah.
Daredevil's not supposed to be able to see him.
Yeah, because he's so fast.
Like Daredevil's not supposed to be able to see him. And Daredevil whooped his ass easily twice. easily.
Hmm.
I mean, he got a couple of shots in, but god damn, man, he got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Golly. You know, it's like you're gonna go see like a UFC fight, right? And there's this big ass dude. You're like, hell yeah, boy, there's gonna be a big old fight here. Something I want to see. And then he gets in the ring and gets punched in the mouth one time and falls knocked out prone.
Yep.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating because I do see that this season could have been really good if a couple of things. And I understand they had issues and all that, but they might have should have scrapped all the shit that they did, like didn't try to keep any of it and just redone the whole entire thing. And I think
Yeah.
you could have got away with Foggy dying. I think you could have got away with Karen even not being there if the characters you replaced them with was somewhat good. Like, don't even have to be as good as them. People are gonna like miss them characters and stuff like that because they did such a good job. But on top of that, if you just had a great story,
Yeah.
like, and the story, like at times it's like, oh, cool, this is cool premise, or oh yeah, like I'm getting interested, and then like they'll rush something, or like Muse, they'll just like kill him. Get out of here, man.
Well,
Like,
the
so
whole
what's going to
storyline.
happen in the next two episodes? Are we
Yeah.
just going to have Fisk and Daredevil fight again? Are they bringing back Bullseye like out of nowhere to the last two episodes? But if they was going to do some shit like that, Bullseye should have been in the background, like doing some things the last 3 or 4 episodes to build up for the meeting or whatever. And
Yeah.
to me, if you're going to do that, don't just throw Muse in there just to have another guy or somebody in there. Nah, bro, I want to see serial killer man doing serial killer things, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
They didn't even show him kill those two girls. They just showed the bodies later and shit with no
bro,
eyes or whatever.
like you ain't got to be super gruesome with it. I get it. It's like a on Disney Plus and everything else, but you're
Yeah.
doing Daredevil here, and I want to see some shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see at least a little
Yeah.
bit, and I just don't think I got enough, man. And like I said, it's just regretful because I just think they had the opportunity to have a really cool bad guy. And one of the things the MCU has problems with is having really cool bad guys. You have a really cool character to build off of. The stuff that I did see with him was pretty cool until like the 2 fight scenes because I felt like if you're going to have a bad guy that's supposed to be threatening, you need to make him more threatening. That way it looks like, oh shit, there's a possibility like this guy like wins or this guy whatever. But nah, man, it's just like you said. I kind of feel like this season's just like the bank episode. Like you had the shocking thing about Foggy at the very beginning of the season, being killed or whatever,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't shock me if they bring his ass back to life, man. To be honest with you, like he just shows up out of nowhere, some bull crap.
Yeah.
Um, it wouldn't shock me at all. Like to be honest with you, man, right now, because like I said, like that bank episode, when we talked about it, like I just felt like there was no stakes in that. Like who's gonna die? Nobody.
Yeah. Hmm.
Nobody's gonna die. Well,
Yeah.
that's me talking about it. Like
That's
I
what I'm
said,
saying.
there's a
Like, dude, there was
yeah,
one. No, I was gonna say that there was one person in the bank that literally attacked them right away, and they just like pushed him aside with everyone else and shit. Like, dude, they should have shown them beat the shit out of that guy or something.
yeah,
You know what
shot
I
him in the
mean?
head.
Like, yeah,
I'm robbing a
something.
bank.
Fuck.
If I'm up to the level of I'm robbing a bank like they are, bro, people getting shot. If you want to play hero, you want to
Yeah.
even look like you're gonna play hero. If I look into your eyes and it looks like you might be thinking about being a hero, I might shoot that ass just to make a statement, just to make a
That's what I'm
statement.
saying.
But like it is what it is, man. Like I said, it's kind of a toned down Daredevil. They tried to add a couple of little things like that broken leg during that bank episode, like at the end that I thought was kind of cool when he was like
Yeah.
fighting the bad guy that almost got away. Um, like so, there's these couple of spots that are like okay, like they're trying to be kind of hardcore with it. There's a couple of scenes with Muse and stuff like at his hideout and everything, like where it does look a little gruesome there and stuff. So it looks like they tried, but it's like, bro, you're giving me the baby version.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the 4 and 5 year old version of Daredevil, is what I'm getting right now.
Yeah.
And and it's like I said, there's things that like in the old Daredevil I wouldn't have cared. So like if the Daredevil in the Netflix series would have came down from the ceiling like he does in that hideout in this episode, I wouldn't have said nothing because everything else would have probably been pretty damn cool or surrounding it. Like I've said multiple times during this thing, but because some of the stuff just ain't hitting, when he dropped down into the hideout on episode 7, like when he's like, how was he there all the time?
Yeah.
Cops walking around, getting evidence, and he's just hanging out at the top of this cave or tunnel. Nobody can see him. Get the hell out of here, dude.
And when
Get,
they showed him put his hand over the painting, and he's like, he knew that was her. I'm like, get out of here!
oh,
Like,
that is stupid as hell. Yeah. Oh God. Like, there's no contour there. It's not a
yeah,
3D. It's not a model. Like, it would have been different if this guy was an artist, but he made 3D models. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he was a clay guy or something, right? Like he's making
yeah.
things,
He's sculpting shit or
sculpting
something.
shit or whatever, bro. This fucking drawing. It's a fucking drawing, man. He don't. How the hell does he know? That is, you right, man. You right. That's got to be one of the dumbest. Yeah, you damn right. That's so fucking stupid. That's so stupid. I didn't even really care about that. I was already kind of upset about some of the other things, man. But this, you right. How the hell is he like holding his hand over a piece of paper? I know it's a painting, so it's got a little texture, but it has nothing to do with like the
Yeah.
3D features of a face. It doesn't have it.
Because
How you
earlier in
even
the
getting
episode, they
that?
showed him like put his hand on her face. You know,
Bro, yeah, he
just
did the Face Off. You know what I thought? I thought
reinforce
about the
that
movie.
later.
I thought about the movie Face Off. Remember John Travolta's character
Yep.
would always like do that to his. That was one of the moves he did, like to his son, and he would do it to like his
Yeah.
wife or whatever too, uh, and everything. But get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy's such a great painter. You can tell who he painted just by feeling it with no eyesight. Get out of here, man. Yeah,
And
you're
then
right.
later in the episode, they said they did facial recognition on it, and they got her name. Yep.
God damn it, Disney's stupid.
Yeah.
Disney done. I'm almost losing all hope, man. I'm
Yeah,
almost
the
losing
cops
all
said that. We ran facial recognition. We got a name.
hope. Can they not get one writer? Like how they been screwing up so bad?
I don't know.
Bro, can they like not even accidentally hire a good writer? Just on accident, right? Like they trying to fuck it up, right? Because it
Yep.
almost seems like that's what they've been doing is trying to f this shit up. And how the hell, bro? Bro, I got an Alabama education, son. And I might not be able to put the most beautiful words ever on paper. But I'd be by God damn it if I ain't done it, boy. I ain't that stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wasn't even paying attention to that because I was already upset about how Muse died. There wasn't no build up. I was like kind of excited about this character. Like, it's one of the reasons why I would have finished this season, man. And now, what? We got 2 episodes left. I think they're dropping both of them next week. And because I do think the last 2 episodes are coming out. It's like, bro, you better tell them. They better be the best 2 episodes ever
Yeah.
of any television.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Auburn made it to the Final Four, and we got The Last of Us coming out in a couple weeks.
Hell yeah.
I'm down for that. We'll cover that one. Even if I have to do it by myself, I will cover that show on here as well. Guys, I know we've been trashing on it, man, and it might seem like we hate it, but I don't hate it. But God, dude, I'm just disappointed. But join the Ko-Fi, come in there. You can join the Discord for free, do all that stuff. You can hang out with us when we're talking about most of this stuff, like behind the scenes and everything else. And Matt, thank you for joining me, man, again on talking about Daredevil. Golly. Oh, God. I don't even know. Like, come on, man. They got a chance to get us. But, yeah, man, unless you got any last words, man, we getting the hell out of here.
I'm good.
All right, brother. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.